Welcome friends. If you are against the invasion of Ukraine and want to support our work with my team, you can like this. Take some time to see what is happening at the front. In the eastern part of the city, Russians are massing more troops near Bakhmut, especially infantry, to hold back the Ukrainian advance on the southern flank of the city. Russians have concentrated their units to the north of the city. They were deployed in the Berkhivka, Paraskoviivka, Krasna Hora, Blahodatne area, where the Ukrainian Armed Forces do not control all the dominant heights. Specifically, Berkhivka, Paraskoviivka and Krasna Hora are a kind of agglomeration of villages and logistics. Therefore, it is easier for the occupiers to maneuver there. Southwest of Bakhmut is the village of Klishchiyivka. If you look at a satellite map, the village is partially under the control of the Russian army. Now the Ukrainian Armed Forces are trying to expand their positions here. The 30th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the Security Service of Ukraine Special Forces are working in this area. They are destroying not only equipment, but also knocking the occupiers out of their positions, aiming directly at the trenches using drones. The occupiers even send T-90 tanks to fight in the direction of Klishchiyivka. The enemy is doing its best to regain control of this settlement. The main line of defense in this sector was set up by the Russians on the 0513 road. We are talking about the settlements of Mykolaiivka, Odradivka and Opytne. They realize that the next goal of the Ukrainian Armed Forces is to cut through the highway. Controlling the southern entrance to Bakhmut, as well as from the north, is already an access to Horlivka. This is a very important road for them, and they are trying to recapture Klishchiyivka so that the Ukrainian army will not be able to reach this road. Now let's look at what is happening on the Zaporizhzhia front. The defense forces have made further gains near Robotyne, as noted by analysts of the Institute for War Studies and described in our last issue. The villages of Marfapil and Doroznyenka are also located on this front line, and according to reports appearing on the internet, the Ukrainian Armed Forces are being concentrated here. The purpose of this presence in the sector of these villages is to probe the defense of the Russian army to make sure that the main reserves and the most combat-ready forces of the Russian Federation have been transferred to the area of Robotyne. Intense fighting is now taking place here, and the Ukrainian Armed Forces' advance to Tokmak depends on it. The distance from the village of Robotyne to the city of Tokmak is 20 kilometers. Over the 2.5 months of the offensive in this area, the Ukrainian Armed Forces have managed to advance 6 kilometers. The area liberated in the last few days amounted to 10 kilometers. Almost half of the village is under the control of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Tokmak is the key to liberating not only Melitopol but the entire Zaporizhzhia region. This city is important in terms of its geography and logistics. It is in Tokmak that the invaders are amassing equipment and manpower. The Ukrainian Armed Forces are also creating a bridgehead for an offensive on the left bank of the Dnipro River in Kherson region. The movement of the Ukrainian army was spotted near the village of Korsunka. Ukrainian troops are creating conditions for future maneuvers in this area with counter-battery actions. Ukrainian forces are conducting counter-battery activities to clear Russian maneuvering boats that could hinder Ukrainian operations. In the Tavria sector in Kherson region alone, Ukrainian troops eliminated more than 200 occupants and 17 pieces of equipment. Finally, a new photo of yesterday's attack on the Soltsy airfield in the Novgorod region of Russia, where two Tu-22 M3 aircraft worth $450 million each were damaged, has been posted online. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on this news. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching and see you soon.